Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on The Art and the Artist. I'm your host, LA Phil. On this episode, I got to have a conversation with the extremely talented Jmoe out of Gary, Indiana. Her style and artwork speak for itself, and her merch game, I'm telling you, is second to none. There's a reason I reached out to her first to be the first guest. It's hard to gauge people when your only interaction with them is via social media. You don't know who you're really talking to. You come across some people who seem real, extremely fake, or, an exaggeration of themselves. Her personality and authenticity really shine through on social media. I knew it would be a good conversation, and it couldn't have turned out any better. So without further ado, I present to you, Jmoe.
So, originally from Gary?
Yes, I'm originally from Gary, Indiana, born and raised. Went to school at IU Bloomington. After I graduated in 2016, I moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, so wait. So you moved for college.
Mhm.
Did you stay for work, or was there something else? Was it?
I graduated in 2012.
Okay.
So I did 4 years in Bloomington, and then the summer or the fall after I graduated.
Mhm.
So like in 2017 is when I moved to Indianapolis. So I worked in Bloomington for a year after I graduated.
Okay.
And after that, I moved to Indianapolis to work at Riley Hospital.
Okay.
As an audiology assistant.
Yeah. That is amazing. I was reading that in your bio, and I really do think that there's something special about someone that wants to help, as far as medical goes, because not everybody can do that. Not everybody can see patients. Not everyone can deal with that. It really does take a special person to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I went to school. My undergrad degree was in speech and hearing sciences with a concentration in audiology.
Okay.
I was originally supposed to be a biology major, and I went to work one day at Children's Place, and I talked to this manager, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this is my major," and I was like, "Oh wait, I want to do that."
Yeah.
And so the next day I was a major, and that's what I've been with ever since.
That's it. Awesome. Do you work with children primarily?
I do work with. I am a developmental therapist of communication.
Wow.
4 days a week.
Yeah.
And so they're 0 to 3, and I work on their developmental milestones and their communication skills. So play skills, communication, sign language, helping them talk. Sometimes they take their first steps during our session. Sometimes they say their first words during our session. So yeah, those are my babies. That's what I do in the day.
Okay. Yeah, that's the day job. That's that enables you to do everything else. No, that's great. Yeah. That is great. All right. So
but I just recently started going back to work. So for since COVID hit, really, I've pretty much just been kind of surviving off art.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, that's great.
Home therapy. So for the most part, I've really been art. And I recently work at the end of October.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. No, I love to hear that, because I know, knowing artists, and seeing my dad, who was an artist, I know that it's tough sometimes. And to be able to live off of your art in general, I mean, that's a wonderful thing. Like I used to live in the arts district downtown, and like most arts district, they increased the rent. The rent went crazy, and a lot of the artists just couldn't afford to live there anymore, which is crazy, because back then it was super cheap to live, because I mean, no one wanted to live down. I'm talking, blocks from Skid Row. I mean, no one was down there. And now it's it's for rich kids to live, and no more artists, which is wild. Okay. All right. So I was reading, I don't know if I read this on a tweet or in your bio. You went to a Michael's when you were 5 years old, or was it in the fifth grade?
No, in fifth grade.
Fifth grade. And that's what started your love for art?
It wasn't even a love. I didn't know I could paint. My parents didn't know I could paint. This was really a random trip.
Yeah.
Where my mom was just like, "I really need you to go do something, and you get on my nerves. So I need you to go." And she was like, "You want to stay?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then when she came pick me up, the teacher was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so amazing." Mom's like, "Yeah, I know she's a good kid." And the art teacher's like, "No, like, you didn't know she could do this?" Mom's like, "I've never seen her draw a circle."
Really? Wow. So your parents had no idea.
I didn't even know.
Wow. So you had all that just inside of you and you had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much. And then I quit my 6th grade year. I quit in 6th grade. It was just too much. Like I wanted to go outside and play.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to. My daddy was making me watch Bob Ross.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. They went all the way in once they found out you could.
Yeah,
you could really play.
and then they started telling other people. So other people was like, "Can you paint me this? Can you paint me that?" Like,
Yeah. As a kid too. I mean, that's got to be. So you want to go do everything else, you know?
Yeah, like it was a lot, and so I was selling pictures to doctors for like $500, $600, $700, $800 in 5th grade. And I was like, I just want to go to the mall, buy candy. I want an iPod. That's it. That's all I want to do. I want to do this. This is too much.
Yeah.
And so it really wasn't a love. It was more so that I found out that if I painted, I didn't have to talk to anybody.
Okay.
I talk to people.
Yeah.
So I figured that out, and I realized that if I painted, nobody would talk to me. Yeah. I wanted to keep doing it until it turned into a business. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And so from that day on, if anybody asked me like, can you paint? I'd be like, nope.
Yeah.
Are you an artist? Nope.
Wow.
For years, like I swore before the good Lord himself that I was never, ever gonna paint again a day in my life. And now.
So what got you back into it then? I mean, because very prolific. I mean, I think you said you sold 33 paintings this year already. 31 paintings.
This hit 36.
Jesus.
35 or 36.
Wow.
I think I just hit 36. Yes, 36. I just hit 36 this year. In 2019, it was just rough. This was like way before the pandemic. It was September. I was applying to go get my master's in speech. Nothing was going. I was like trying to make it, and I was like, God, I swear, you gotta tell me something, or it's gonna get real ugly. I was like at rock bottom of the bottom.
And
I was like a writer. I didn't know how to go talk to a therapist. I didn't really understand like how to express like what I was going through. It was like depression. I'm like really just trying to get it together. And then by this time I'm like 25, I think, something like that. And I'm just really just like, I don't want to ask my mama. I can't go back home to my parents' house. I do not want to do that. I'm just like, I'm like, Jesus, we got to figure something out. We got to have a conversation. So I took my last $40. That was all I had.
Wow.
I took my last $40. I went to Michael's. I bought me 3 20 by 20 canvases because they had a sale. And I have had some art supplies from way back in 5th, 6th grade that still hadn't went bad. And I bought a few other colors and a few paintbrushes. And that's when I started painting. I painted a Nipsey, an Outcast, and a Sade picture. And I posted them, and everybody was like, dang, when you start painting? And I was like, so it was just kind of like a random thing, but I posted them, but I was really just trying to get some clarity on my life and who I was. That was how I brought myself out of my depression. And I was like, this is all I got. This is the only thing I know to really just get myself together. That was it. Wow, so I painted, and ever since that day, it was just like,
it's been on since
then. But I had kind of like been in that whole 2019, I had kind of been on and off, like maybe I'll do it. I don't know, maybe I will. And I had a conversation with my accountant, shout out to Hollis, in Crane Financial. But I had a conversation with him. He's like my brother, and he was like, just give yourself 6 months. You don't know how your life was gonna change in 6 months. And this was in May, like right after my brother's wedding. We had this conversation, and that September is when I sold those pieces. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, hold on. So like I literally called off of work that day, and I was like, I can't go to work today. It's just one of those days. I'm not with And when I called off work, I sold 4 paintings in a day. So I was like, I made more money.
I mean, if there ever was a sign from God, I think 4 paintings in a day. That might be it.
If he said tell me something, he told me that day. Okay. Listen. So after that, I was like, okay, I'll take this a little bit more serious. So I would start practicing and doing a little bit more paintings, posting them on Twitter. Again, I wasn't really still in that mindset of let me start a business, let me do this full time. And in February, I had my first like big show. Okay. And I had it. I sold like 2 paintings that day. And then 2-3 weeks later, the world shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, hey, I just got my foot in the door with this art stuff.
Yeah. And then everything just done.
And everything was just like done. And so after that, I was like, I'm back at square one. How to make some money? Like, I don't have no unemployment. I don't have no food stamps.
Yeah. Yeah.
My job, they was like, well, my job is home based. So like I have to drive home. So virtual wasn't even a thing.
Oh, really?
That wasn't even an option.
Yeah.
So we had to wait weeks before they could even get this approved by the state, the governor. It had to be legislative to even get this done.
Okay.
I was out of commission for weeks.
Yeah.
Like after that. And I was
not
like,
knowing what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Not knowing what happened. And that's when I really was like, okay, I gotta make some money. And I was like, but it's a pandemic. I'm not gonna sell no paintings. I sold like 13 paintings in March.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow.
So from that day on, I was like, okay, God, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after that, I just paint.
Yeah. Oh, that's an incredible story though. Cause I mean, not knowing that you really want to do it, to the pandemic happening right after you sell some paintings, and the world shutting down, and then posting on Twitter. That's how I found out about you. I follow a bunch of artists, and I came across. So I know exactly what it is, and this is the first painting that I want to talk about. It's the pinned tweet on your Twitter.
Oh yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so I saw this. The caption on it says light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, Phil nigga, still nigga. Still, no matter what. And when I first saw this and I read that, I mean, because I like to sit back, kind of take it in, and especially if the artist has a message about a piece of artwork. And I will say this, that there is a lot of, and I'm speaking as a Black man, there are a lot of Black men who will try to do whatever they can to fit in, and maybe in a space that they're not supposed, or maybe I shouldn't say that, not supposed to be in, but that they feel uncomfortable in, and they try to act a certain way. They might talk a certain way, and might treat other Black people a lot worse because that's the way that they've been treated. And to realize that these people that you are trying to impress will always see you the same exact way, same exact way. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I took a lot away from this painting. It's a beautiful painting too, but it's absolutely wonderful. And keeping in with this sort of style, I want to talk about the OJ painting, the Juice painting. That I am not Black, I am OJ. I got a funny OJ story. All right. So when I was in elementary school, all right, I'm a little older than you. All right. Okay. So there was a volleyball game at my school. Now, I'm in LA. I went to elementary school in Santa Monica, and the visiting team came to play, and it was a girls team playing. And we see this dude get out of the car, real nice, real talkative, grabs a football, starts throwing it with all the kids. And that man was OJ Simpson. And that goes, right. This is right after the trial, right? Not too long after the trial, right? And that goes to show you that, and this is why I love that painting that you did, because no matter what he does, no matter what people think about him, he doesn't care. And absolutely not. And that was a prime example of that painting. This man just got acquitted of murder, and he's out here throwing footballs around with elementary school kids. It blows my mind. but that is one of my absolute favorites because right away when I saw that, it like I had a small connection just because of that story, and also because I know, you see, it was for me growing up. Like I grew up in LA, but my dad sent me to school out of the city, so I never went to school where I lived. So a lot of times I'm the only black kid in my class. And then and I'm going back home, and and it's it's LA. Like what they say about a melting pot, that's where I lived. It was black people, Mexicans, Asian, it was everybody there. Yeah. So I understand that I've met a lot of people like that, like this OJ, like a lot of people who, for some reason or another, I don't know if I would blame it on the parents, maybe a little bit on the parents, but they can't, they don't connect to who they are as a person, right? They see all these people around them and they say, okay, well, I have to be like this. I have to act a certain way. And that OJ painting is a prime I'm looking at it right now. Oh my God. All right. Now I want to move on to another one. I do want to move on to these Franklin Saint, Damson, Idris paintings. Oh, okay. So the one that I'm looking at right now is the one with the money behind him. Absolutely wonderful painting. So what are you, where is it just because you're a fan of the show that made you want to do this, or because I mean the spin you put on it is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, so I really was like, sometimes I'm like really humble, and then sometimes I'm like really in my bag, and then sometimes like people really be playing with me, and I be like, stop playing with me because I'm really like that. Yeah. So it was one of those moments where it was like, show these niggas who you is. Yeah. And that's how I felt when I painted it, because like people be like, your price is too high, or like, why you taxing me, or like, why this, that, and that, and you're not even that good, and blah, 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 blah. And I just be like, stop playing with me. Like really just stop playing with me. Yeah. Simply put. And so after that, I had just one of those moments, and I was like watching, I was like, hell yeah, tell them. And that's after that scene, I watched it, I went and painted that picture, and I was like, yep.
Okay. All right. Well, it came out. It is fantastic. All right. Yeah. Like I'm a cut. Yeah. It is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay. And you know what? I want to talk about some of the accessories and merch that you have on your site, because those rolling trays are bomb. Absolutely wonderful. You did it. And I'm a big fan of like functional art, right? It's something that you could use that looks absolutely beautiful. I think you did a terrific job with those. I want to talk about these duffel bags. Duffel bag season is upon us. All right. I think people are just, the bags you have are great, but those duffel bags, oh man, those are wonderful.
I love the duffel.
The duffel bags, the rolling trays, you got kimonos, you've got something for everybody here. Yeah, absolutely something for everybody.
And that was always my goal, was to have at least one thing for like every person. So like my grandma, she would wear a kimono, but she would also wear a t-shirt or a hoodie, but mainly she would wear a kimono. And like my mom, she likes hoodies. My mama would wear a hoodie and t-shirt. Yeah. And my brother, he would definitely carry a book bag or a duffel bag. And these are like all things that I kind of like relate to myself in my everyday life. Like I love a good robe, love a good t-shirt, love a good hoodie. Just all these things. And the funny thing about the rolling trays is that I didn't start rolling trays until the pandemic hit. So it was that time where I didn't know what was gonna happen. And I'm like, the rent gonna be due. The rent still gonna be due. Yeah. Because they don't care. The rent still gonna be due. Yeah. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I got on YouTube, and I was like, I could do this. And so I had called my mom, and I was like, I need you to go to Dollar Tree and find me these rolling trays. She's like, what? And I'm like, just trust me. Just pay for it, because I ain't got the bread right now. But just pay for it, and I promise you, I'll make it back. She was like, Jack, what are you doing? Like, you don't have no plan. You need to go find you another job. I'm like, no, Mom, please, please just go do this. Just trust me. So I had made like a few of them, posted them on Twitter again. Yeah. And after that, I made like $1,000 in a day just from taking orders from trays.
Yeah.
And I was my mom was like, see, I told you I was gonna make it back. I told you I was gonna make it back.
Yep.
So that was just, and shout out to my mama because she be holding me down.
Yeah.
I ain't got it. She got my back.
That's great.
And this has been a process between us because my mom is very like, you need to have a plan.
Yes.
You're not just gonna be out here being no free spirit in the world. You need to have something to know. You need a job. You need to have something to do to get these bills paid. You need to have something structured going on. So when I decided that I wanted to be an artist,
oh boy, yeah,
at my big age, I mean, I had a 4-year degree, so I could always fall back on that and everything. But when I was like, I'm not gonna go find no job during no pandemic. I'm gonna just go paint and make these trays. And she was just like, you really stressing me out. And I'm like, please, just please. So like, it has brought us closer together. It really has formed our relationship and made our relationship grow because I think now she sees that it's a different world because in her era growing up and then in Gary, just in general, being an artist is not something that's on the ticket list. It's not something that's talked about. I had never really known any artists. It was okay, like people who could draw in high school and stuff. But after that, that was really it. Nobody had ever really made no money off of art that I had knew. So from her perspective, she like, no, you go get a job and you work, and because that's what she knows. Like my mom works really, really hard, and for most of my life, she worked from 4 a.m. to whenever she got off. So that's what I grew up on. Like, oh no, I gotta go to work. And then all of a sudden this happened. I'm like, I kind of want to be an artist. And I'm like, but that's what I'm gonna do. And you just have to deal with it and like just trust me and roll with it for a minute. Still start, picking up. And it was rough at first for her. Because she wasn't understanding. But now she don't miss a show.
Oh,
if I have something,
she's there.
She is there. She's selling stuff. She taking the money. She bringing the people in. Like she is right there by my side. I do not have a show without her or my sister.
Oh, that's great.
One of those people got to be there. But that, like my mom, she not missed the show yet. So shout out to her for rolling with me in the trenches.
No, I do have a question now. Once you were deciding, now I know you said you weren't quite sure if you wanted to do this full time. Did you ever, once you took that leap and there was no looking back, did you ever think, oh shit, what did I just do? What
think about it all the time. Every day. Like every day. So it had got to the point so I didn't have a website when I first started. I didn't have a website. I didn't have an LLC. I was just out here trapping in DMs. So every painting that I sold pretty much last year and prior to was just in the DMs. So after it had got to a point to where I had made so much money, I had to hit up my brother. I was like, okay, stuff happening and it's moving a lot faster than what money is coming in. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know how to handle this. He like, all right, bet. Well, this what you do. Let's get it together. And then I had got my LLC. I want to say like May. And that's when I kind of like started working on trying to get merchandise, trying to figure out a website and things like that. Shout out to OG for building my website. And after that, I was like, okay. So I left to go on vacation because I was like, I just had it. I was like, I gotta go. So I left. And then in July, that's when I opened up my website and I made, I think like 1,500 in sales the first day.
First day. Okay.
So that first day was really amazing. After that, I was like, okay. And so before that though, I still even had painted in all these, I was doing shows and everything. I did not want this to be a business. This was not.
It's just something to do on the side.
It was just something to do to make some money. And then as the doors started opening and opportunities started rolling in and things like that, I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're trying to do. Because for years, my mom had always been telling me, like, your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts will make room for you. And I'm like,
that's the truth.
I'm like, sis, please.
Don't want to
okay?
hear it.
I don't want to hear.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to hear what you're talking about
until it starts happening.
Like you don't understand what's going on. So it's like, I don't want to talk about your gifts. If I need the money right now, because the gift is today. Today, I need that right now.
Yep.
And she would just keep telling me, she was like, you keep getting denied from school because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. I'm like, you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Lady. You don't know nothing. I still ain't got accepted to school. But I flourished in my art and creativity. And so now I understand what she was trying to tell me for years. Like ever since I quit in 6th grade, she's been telling me this. And she was like, one day you'll get to make room for you. And I'm like, okay, girl, right. And now my gifts have room for me.
There you go.
Definitely made room for me. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Ridiculous.
But but I mean, she was right. I mean, and the thing, if you were in school right now, I mean, granted, I mean, school is a wonderful thing. I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. So that's
probably not. Like since I went back to work, I've really struggled because for a whole entire year and a half, I was really just painting all day. I was on my own schedule. I finished painting when the sun come up, go to sleep, go back to painting. And that was my cycle. When the sun came up, I was just going to sleep. When everybody else was like trying to go to work and stuff, I was just going to sleep. And so going from painting 10 plus hours a day to painting maybe like 10 hours a week. Was really a transition for me. And even still, I'm like, some days I kind of struggle with it because I be at work and I get that feeling like, want to go paint right now. But I can't. I got 6 more kids to go see. And I'm not going to get home till about 7 o'clock. So it's been a transition, but I'm grateful to even have something to fall back on. Because a lot of people don't or struggle with just the pride of being like, oh my God, I gotta go back to work. Even I had that conversation with my mom and I was like, well, I gotta let the dream go for a little minute. And she was like, no, don't say that. Like, don't you ever say that again a day of your life. She's like, you're not giving up on your dreams. Don't say that. Don't even put that in the universe. And so like she really went off on me. And I was like, okay, girl, my bad. But it's really true when you say stuff and put it in the universe. You really speaking that into the existence. So she kind of make sure like I always stand on the positive side of things, like even when it get rough. And she's like so worried and concerned about me. She makes sure that my head is on straight and I'm able to continue to do what God put me here to do.
Absolutely.
Art.
Absolutely. So have you completely found that balance yet? Or are you still kind of searching with work and painting and then just life in general? I mean, you need some time to yourself as well. So
I mean, I don't think you ever find the perfect balance. It's just now you have to maneuver differently. So like on Mondays, I know I got a certain amount of kids. I'm done by like 2 o'clock. By 3, I'm painting. On Tuesdays, I'm not done till about 7. So I may paint, I may not paint. Wednesdays, I only got like 2 kids. It's my virtual day. So I'm painting all day. Thursdays, I got a few kids. By 4 o'clock, I'm done. I'm painting. I don't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on Fridays, I usually either paint or go out or something if it's something to do. But for the most part, I just kind of like paint. But the last 2 weeks, I don't know what's been going on in my life. But I've painted 7 pictures since the 4th.
7? You said 7 since the 4th? And what's the day today? What? 14?
So I painted 7
prolific. Pictures. That is incredible.
So, and it was just like, it just started like happening. So like every day, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It don't matter what day it is. I just painting.
That's great.
And so I might like, wear myself out by next week, but that's in the week. So I don't know.
Yeah. We start all over.
And that's the other thing is that I've learned to give myself time to rest. And give myself time to do other things that I enjoy, like watch TV all day or just watch a musical or go out with my friends or something like that. Like it don't always have to be paint.
Absolutely.
Because you really do have to find that balance or you will just kind of like burn yourself out.
Yeah.
Because I had a burnout back in April and I left Indiana.
Did
for a
you?
month.
Okay, hold on. Where'd you go?
I had my very first art show, my first independent art show in April.
Okay.
So after the show, I went to Chicago for like 5 days, left Chicago, flew to LA for like 5 days. Left LA, flew to Denver.
Wow.
Came back. I flew to Denver I was there for like 2 weeks. I feel like came back.
Yeah.
Had a show, left again, went to Texas, came back, had a show in Texas. I went back to Texas.
Wow.
And so August was my roundup of everything. I went to Miami in August. I went to Atlanta to an art show where I met a bunch of my art friends off of Twitter in Atlanta. So after that, this is like my first few months back in the house, just really just getting to it. But I had to step away. I was
you got to
mentally like burnt out. On a lot of stuff, especially art, because it kind of like isolates you a lot, and people don't really understand what it takes to create these things. Like they don't understand it's a process. They don't understand the emotion that goes into it. I didn't even understand the emotion that goes into these things until it really started happening to me. So it was a lot. So I was like, oh man, I gotta slide. It's getting crazy.
That's good. So have you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, like now that I'm back, I'm cool. I'm just waiting to go on another vacation.
No, I hear that. So, is there a piece that you ever painted that you felt so emotionally attached to that you didn't want to sell it? Sell the original, maybe the print?
Yes.
It
is. And I did sell it.
Oh, you did sell
it. And
hold on, is it on your IG? Do you have it posted on here?
I don't even know. I don't even try to talk about it because it's just like
emotional. I get you. I get it.
I don't even know what it. It's a Basquiat piece, and it's called "The Artist, Not the Art."
Oh yeah. I have that written down. I was gonna ask you about that one too. Okay.
That's the piece that is really like that was a baby, and I sold it to somebody in New York. Shout out to him for buying it.
Okay.
But it was really just a piece where it was Basquiat in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the collage that was behind him was just all pictures of him.
Yeah.
It wasn't of his art. It wasn't pictures of anything he had created. It was just pictures of him.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times people don't acknowledge the artist and they just always acknowledge the art. Yeah. And that can be emotionally draining too. When you're like, hey, I'm right here. Like,
I'm a person. Hey, I'm a real person.
I'm a person. Like people think I'm a robot or some bot that just replies to them on Twitter or something. It's like, no, I'm a real person. I go through stuff too. I have feelings. Yeah. So like you get 1,000 DMs a day. Not me. I'm just saying hypothetically. But you get 1,000 DMs a day and nobody say hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Says hey.
That's
nobody was just like, hey, how are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. It's always, let me get a how much this cost? I want to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hey, I mean, hey, to equal you into a room type of thing.
Absolutely. It's just straight to business.
It just becomes like, dang, like I'm a person, like say hey, ask me how I'm doing. And so that's why I created that piece, because it was really one of those times where I was going through it like, I want people to acknowledge who I am as a person.
Yes.
As well as my art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was a person before I started doing art. I was a regular person on Twitter before I started making all this art. But now all of a sudden, people think I just make art all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not a real person. I didn't turn into this robot. And I'm like, no. So
Uh-huh.
that was probably my most emotional piece.
Yeah.
Simply because that's where I was when I created it. It was like, and I named it that. And I specifically used only pictures of him because when you talk about Basquiat a lot, it's always about how unique his art was. And it was never like talking about how he was fighting demons and he was going through stuff and he was struggling and the type of person that he really was and what he went through. So it was just kind of like one of those things where I was like, let me just I relate to them. Let me just go ahead and paint this. And that was the one that I regret. I don't regret it.
Yeah.
I regret it.
Should have kept that one.
I should have kept that one. But at the time when you need some money, your condo bill.
Yeah.
Sell it.
Absolutely.
So it was but yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah. That's great too. I like the way you put that too, because when people do talk about Basquiat, it's never about the person that he was. It's always about his art. Always about his art. And you know what's funny? Maybe about 3 weeks ago, I saw this painting in person for the first time. I had only ever seen, books or seen it online. So I got to see it, right in front of my face at the Broad Museum downtown Los Angeles. But if you ever get back down to LA, go check out that museum. It is absolutely wonderful. So I'm standing there, I'm looking at this painting, and I hear this lady, and she's going, this is not art to me. I could have done this. I could have. The thing is, no, you couldn't have done this. Because that particular person, that whatever was in this man's head was able to create that. Because if you could have done it, you would have done it, but you can't. And I was sitting there like, just don't say nothing, man. Just, don't say a thing. You just appreciate it. I understand this lady doesn't know what she's talking about. But yeah, I absolutely love you. You're absolutely right. It's people see the artwork and the artist. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this. And one of the reasons why I picked you to talk to you first, because I know other than the art, the great artwork that you put out, that there is a person there and I want to talk to that person. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem. I got a couple more questions before you go. Okay. I have a bunch of stuff written down, or just some quick questions. Well, I guess you talked about this already. I was going to say, did you know that you were skilled from a young age? Apparently not until you got a paintbrush in your hands.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone that inspires you, or that I wouldn't say inspires your work, but maybe inspires you? It doesn't even have to be a painter. It inspires you, just to be who you are and be the best at what you do.
I would have to say my brother.
Okay.
Because like from early on, he saw what I didn't see. So he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make bread. We're gonna make a lot of money. Like you gonna get there. Like, do this. Like, nah, stop charging this. You start charging that. Like, why you charging $100? People charging $400.
Yeah.
To this day, he still be on my back about how much I charge. But we are those siblings who never acknowledge or give each other credit.
Yeah.
He was like, you stupid. Nah, you stupid. Even though we both know we real smart. So if I say you looking good that day, you got a fresh haircut.
Yeah.
You really got a fresh haircut. So if I say he really good at something, he really good at something.
Yeah.
So for him to say nah, you got it. And it was a conversation we had, basically where I was just I had hit a wall of where I wanted to go creatively. I was kind of fearful to go to the next step and everything like that. And he was just like, what are you waiting for? You're not gonna get no younger.
Yeah.
Not gonna get no better if you stay right here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make no more money if you stay right here. So what are you waiting for? What do you have to lose to keep it? I mean, if you just don't keep going, what is it that you what is it? He was basically stop being scary and get your ass out there and paint.
Yeah.
And go to these shows and apply for stuff and blah, blah, blah. And so that has been the one person who I would say really inspires me, because
Okay.
he just always has saw something in this art thing that I didn't see. Like, even to this day,
Yeah.
like, I paint a picture, he'd be like, mm-mm. So he always sees my paintings before Twitter sees them.
Oh, okay.
I'll put them first.
Oh,
Because
really?
if he don't like it,
okay,
it ain't right.
Okay.
He gonna tell me.
Yeah.
He can be like, nah, that ain't it. You need to fix that. I don't know what it is, but you need to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do art, but that ain't it. So he gonna always be honest with me. He gonna always like really push me to go to the next level. Like, I was like really hesitant about the NFT world. My brother was like, you do it, I'll pay for it, because what's losing money to me? And I was like, well, he was like, shoot, we're gonna put it all online then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet on you. I'm gonna invest in you. I'm gonna pay for your fees, whatever I need to pay for it. Put your NFTs there, get it together, and that's what we're gonna do. He's like, make it, then we make it.
Okay. So have you started reaching into that NFT space yet, or are you in the process of doing it right now?
I have, but it's like the beginning stages. So like, you have, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of clicky. Yeah. And like, it's just, it's a weird space. Yeah. A lot of it is not like genuine, heartfelt type of situations. It's a lot of, I want to get bread real quick. Yeah. Situations, which is cool. I commend everyone getting bread, because
get your money.
$5,000 not doing nothing. Hey, more power to you. I'm trying to get to where you at. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, you have to, it's not like acknowledged among a lot of Black artists, is what I've been noticing. So a lot of white artists have been very successful in it. I've seen some brown artists who become a little bit more acknowledged and successful. But as far as like Black artists as a whole, I haven't really seen the push for Black artists in the NFT space. Like, I watched TL and watched different artists, big and big, and I know that they art is good. I know that they are amazing artists. And a white person sell a circle for $10,000. I'm like, because this is a hard time, but y'all ain't gonna be playing with me.
You know, it's funny.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny. I saw this, someone you probably might have seen it on Twitter. It was some lady who was just putting paint all over her body. And then
lady on the ground.
And then I forgot what the caption was on the video, but I was saying, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand. I don't call myself an art critic, right? I would never criticize somebody's art, but that was wild. That was one of the wildest things I ever seen.
That's the thing, because you have some really amazing Black artists who do abstract art.
Yes, and do it well.
In very unconventional ways. Like, I don't know what she's rolling on the ground and damn paint, but you have some amazing artists who paint with their hands, who paint with different things that you would just never even think of. And you got white lady rolling on the ground paint, who getting all this big news articles written about her, and it's like, it's not even good. First off,
it wasn't good.
So let's start.
I won't criticize that one. It wasn't good. No.
It looked good. And they say it's not no such thing as bad art. I dare to differ. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, everybody.
Yeah.
I thought it was terrible. I could have been just upset because it was this white lady rolling on the ground. And I know that my homegirl on the TL makes some amazing abstract art.
Oh, yeah.
And she ain't even getting 5 retweets.
Yeah. Yeah. And so no, you're right.
Like that type of stuff there.
Yeah. No, you're
so that's why, like, when I do threads on Twitter, all my threads is gonna be for Black people. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
don't care.
No, that's great.
Too many white people follow me, I mute them after they follow. I'm gonna be honest about the situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want my TL to stay Black. I want to see all the Black art come across my page.
Yeah. 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 So, no, you're absolutely right.
I got a few white followers that I keep on there because they real cool thing and they do really good work.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I got to surround my Black artists because they are not getting the push.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like white artists have been getting for years. Like, and I'm just new into the art space. So even from what I've noticed in the last 2 years since I've been painting and really trying to dive deep into this world. Yeah. Because I had no idea it was this many Black people in the whole world that did art.
Yeah. It's incredible. Even I was shocked. You know, my dad is an artist, and I was shocked that there were so many, you know, Black artists out here.
There's so many young Black artists. It's like not even old Black artists. Like they all 19 or 28.
Yeah.
And where did y'all come from?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like, I feel like this is newer, and I just like to appreciate all the Black artists that I do follow, and I try to create threads that's just for us. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times white people get the opportunity to tell our stories and get the credit for telling our stories, and Black people don't. Yeah. So like you can't paint a Black person and your experience is gonna hit you the same as me paint. Like what Spike Lee and Malcolm X and Biggie mean to me. A white person paint that is no way you could really feel how I feel as a Black person about just specifically just these three. Yeah. But you know, they paint Black people all the time. Yeah. And that has always been a conversation on Twitter since I've seen the art world on Twitter. It's like white people painting Black culture stuff and just taking off with it. Yeah. And then Black people painting and it's like, oh, okay.
yeah. We just bought this other one.
Right. So that's why I'll make sure that I support Black artists and push however even if it is on Twitter. Yeah. But
hey, you know, it counts for something because I mean, really, what gave me the inspiration to do, you know, just put this whole thing together was seeing all of these. I mean, in particular, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in particular, Black artists. You know, I do plan on having, you know, just all kinds of artists, but this is what really made me do it because I'm thinking, okay, all of these artists out here, all these Black artists out here, and then I started thinking, how many Black artists do I even know, like from history? Like from the past that I've learned about. I mean, other than, I mean, everyone can say Basquiat, but who else? Right. Who else can you talk about, right?
Exactly. And even now, it was an artist on Twitter. His name is Kari. He started a thread of like, I don't even know if it was just Black artists that like inspired their work or whatever, or just artists in general. And like I went through that. I'm like, when did so many Black people start doing art? Yeah. Like, where did it even come from? You see, you know, those particular paintings when you go to your auntie's, your grandma's house, and your Black family member's house, like those particular.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? The stuff that's on the back of the church fan. Stuff like that. That's what art. That's the box.
Yeah.
And so when you go out, and it's like, where did they? Mind blowing how many people, and it's like even for me, like every day I find a new Black artist on Twitter. Yeah. And that's like the craziest thing to me. Like, when did y'all start?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love this art world. All right, let me see what other questions I have. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. You know, I know this is one of your days off, and you're sitting here talking to me, so that's I appreciate it. All right, let's see. What else did I want? You know what? This interview went so well. I mean, all I had to do was let you go. You answered most of my questions before I even got a chance to ask them. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Jmoe, thank you for your time. Where can the people reach you? I'm gonna, I'll put all your handles on everything on the channel.
My Instagram is Jmoe_Van Gogh. My website is www.meauxart.com, Mo Art. And yeah, it's pretty much DM, message me, follow me.
All right. Commissions open or what? Commissions open?
My commissions are open. Please commission me. Okay. Commission me. I don't know if this is for sale, but this
yeah. I mean, that Spike Lee painting, that is absolutely incredible. I love it.
I'm gonna sell it yet. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, think about it. You might want to hold on to that one. Yeah, because I saw the work in progress video and I was like, oh
yeah,
this is incredible.
All of these just happened in the last week.
Yeah. I saw all the videos. I know.
Yeah, like I feel like my artistry just really went to an entire new level.
Yeah.
Since last week. So this one was the start of it. And so since this one, it's just, I don't even know how, like, I don't know. I feel like I woke up and was good one day. Like it really went to a new level.
Like the flip just got switched.
Yeah. And so people always like DM me and ask me like, how can I get like you? How can I get better? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Practice. But you do have to put in the work. And that's the advice that I have to tell everybody. It's like, it's not just gonna come. Like I've painted well over 140 pictures by this point in my 2 years. And I paint almost every day. If I'm not painting, then I'm on YouTube studying. If I'm not on YouTube studying, then I'm studying the TL, because it's a lot of artists on the TL who just randomly just drop knowledge all the time. Like, oh yeah, use this kind of paint to make black, or use this kind of thinner, or whatever the case may be. So I tell people, like, you just gotta be open to learning and working. If you don't want to work, don't even set yourself up for failure.
Because it's not gonna happen.
Set yourself up for failure, because it's
not
gonna
put the
happen.
hours in.
Somebody was like, I know shortcuts. Hell no.
Shortcuts, nah. When you start using shortcuts, you might as well call it a wrap then, because that's
no, it's not no shortcuts through this. You really just got to go through it. It's not easy. You gonna wake up, and I always say, like, I'm either really, really good, or I'm like a kindergartner. There's no in between, and I don't know what's gonna happen when I set that easel. It might go real good, or it might have to be like, let me start over tomorrow. I don't know. But you have to be prepared to go through all of that and really emotionally be able to handle it and take unwanted critiques and unsolicited advice and people who just randomly hate on you. Because like,
that's what happened.
Like, you go viral. Because my tweets have gone viral. But if you go viral, it's gonna be some people who have negative stuff to say.
It blows my mind too, because like, what is in your heart or in your head that you have to take the time out to criticize something that, I mean, and for the most part, like, you'll have something go viral. Everyone loves it, but you got to have that one person that, I wouldn't even say having a bad day, that just seeks to do some shit like this all the time, to put somebody down, or and you just gotta roll with it, because I mean, there's people out there that are gonna do it, and I wouldn't say you have to ignore it, but you kind of do have to ignore it, because and it's gonna mess up your whole process.
It definitely is. Like, you can't really let outside people affect your art, and then you also, the only competition is yourself. And that's something else that people gotta learn, because the internet moves so fast. And you see all these people who are really good. Like, people look at me like, dang, she's like really good. And I'm like, bro, this just happened last week. Like, I've been doing this for 2 years. This just happened last week. Literally. Like,
no, it's funny, because when I saw those on your Instagram, when I saw those work in progress videos, I was thinking, I was like, damn, like, this looks like this is all within the, the same time period. I was like, no. It can't be. It can't be, because these are incredible. Because what, I can't put a time frame on how long it would take to make a painting, because I see something like that behind you, and I think that shit would have taken me months to even come close. And it is great.
And that's the other thing, is like, the more you do it, the faster you get. Like, now I could do these in 2-3 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
Before, looking at least 5 to 8 hours per painting.
That's
the minimum.
Okay. So would you say it's like, is it just is it just, you get better at your technique? Is it that, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
But you get better at different things. So like at first I was just really, really good at backgrounds. Like if I could just paint backgrounds and let somebody else paint something, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And then a little bit better at the type of art that I wanted to do. So like I like stencil art, and that's kind of where I kind of started at. And then I went on to do different things. Then I learned how to put resin on my paintings, and then that took it to a different level. And then my color palette changed, and then I wanted to start working with oils, and now I started working with oils, and I'm like, well, I don't really know how to work with oils, but I like to paint the body, and I like for it to flow and look chocolatey and smooth and everything like that. And then I like to paint males and females and all this, and just Black people in general, and make them as dark as possible or make them as brown as possible. And then I transitioned to portraits. I was like, I can't do faces. I don't want to do faces. Faces is real hard for me.
Yeah.
I like it. It just wasn't working. And then literally last, like,
you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, like something clicked last week, because I have been trying to work with oils. And I'm like, how do people blend? Like for months. I'm like, I don't understand realism. I don't understand how people make this happen. I was watching YouTube videos. I was watching tutorials. I'm watching how to mix the stuff. I'm like, I don't understand how people make this happen. And literally with the Spike Lee painting, it happened. And I was like, I had to call my brother. I'm like, look at this. Like, look, I think I got it. I did it. He was like, so I'm on the phone screaming, painting, like, oh shit, like that's cool. And I'm like, I think this is it. So like I literally unlocked another level, but that was after a whole 2 years of really just putting in the work. So like people on the internet make it look so easy. But it's like so much work that goes in behind the scenes. And that's what I don't want people to get caught up on, is that the end product is this. When you don't have, you gotta put in the work to even get to this point. So like it's not and it's literally just going at your own pace, putting in the work. Don't look at others or be mad because you're not getting no retweets on your painting, or you're not getting the love you feel like you deserve. Keep posting it. Keep retweeting it yourself.
Oh, you know I'm gonna retweet it, so I'll always retweet it.
People like, if nobody else gonna retweet it yourself, because you never know what's gonna take or what's not gonna take. If somebody's not giving you your credit, okay, you're gonna cry about it, or you're gonna go put in some more work to get better and then post something else that's better. That's just kind of who I am, and that's where I'm at with the situation. Like that still nigga picture, I literally finished it and posted it. It wasn't even like a good picture that I took of it. I posted the caption, and I went to go lay down. And then I go back. That was it.
That is what got me as a follower. I saw that. I was like, okay, let's see what else she got.
I literally posted it and was like, like I posted any other pictures. Like, okay, I'm gonna lay down. I've been working this a while. And now I look at my phone, I'm like, 36,000. What the hell?
Wow.
Like, what the hell going on?
That's incredible.
I was like, that's pretty crazy. And the thing was, I wasn't prepared. So it was a learning experience for me too, because people were asking for prints of it. People were asking for merchandise, and I didn't have any of that. So I kind of missed out on some money, but at the same time, I didn't think that it was gonna do what it did. And so like I was posting all of these. They were doing okay. Like they were doing like 100, 200 likes. Then I post Michael Jackson, and it's like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views. Oh, and
the gray chocolate one with the red? Oh yeah. That's a great one. That's a good one.
That's like 500, 600. I think it's like 900 likes now. And I'm like, I was even up to retweet this and like this. And I just So that's the thing, like I tell people, like, you never know what's going to catch on the TL because the algorithm is already tricky and against you.
It really is. Yeah.
So if you post it and it take, good. If you post it and it don't take, try it again another day because that day may work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it don't take a lot of retweets or likes to get stuff sold. People get caught up in the numbers, but it don't really take that. Like, it's people out here who are doing less numbers but selling more stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they get more money.
Yeah.
They get like 3 likes though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Because you know what? I made it a point too, because when I would follow an artist, I would see, I would see how many followers they had. I would see, you know, how many likes they had. And I would see someone and I'd be like, okay, well, maybe this person is deserving of that. Or I'll see another person that's got, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 followers. And I think, you know, what the hell is going on here? Because this person is so talented. The world needs to see this person. You know, I'm gonna retweet everything they've ever, you know, ever posted before, because like you said, the algorithm is real funny. You know, it's real funny. Because I'll
change.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about it. And with this new internet thing is that a lot of artists feel pressured because if you don't post, if you're not consistently on there, you decide to not be on there for a day. So let's just say you just want a day away from your phone.
Yeah.
You don't post nothing. You don't have no automatic tweets being sent out. Your page is just still for 28 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
You automatically drop in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So you got to start all the way over.
Wow. Because the inactivity. Oh, yeah.
Because of inactivity. So it's people that didn't pass you and other type of stuff. It's people that other stuff now has taken over TL.
Yeah.
But then also if you go viral, nobody else gonna see what else you post.
That's true.
So it's pros and cons to everything.
You're right.
So it's like, you can't get caught up in the numbers. Because I posted the Michael Jackson piece. And then I tried to promote my other stuff. It was getting 1 like, no like.
Yeah.
Because everybody, my TL and my algorithm was focused on this one piece.
Yeah.
So you can't really put nothing else. So it's like, you can't get really caught up in the numbers.
Yeah.
You just have to play your game.
Okay. I've got one last question for you then. All right.
Okay.
So for the artist that is maybe thinking about giving up, maybe thinking, you know, like you said, my numbers don't look right. I'm not, you know, my stuff is not getting enough eyes or attention on it, but they're really good. Well, what would you tell them?
I will tell them, just keep posting your stuff. Just keep posting it, keep working, keep going, even if nobody see it. And that's the other thing. You have to do it for yourself. If you in it because you want to make money, we all want to make money. That's a given. But if you doing it solely because you want to get this attention, because you want to make a bunch of money, you already halfway lost the battle. Because that's just not how the algorithm is made. It's not set up for you to be successful just because you want to be. If I want, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make $1,000 a day too off of Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. But I post my work 3, 4, 5 times a day. And then also build your following.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to build your following because you just have to be a regular person. Just be who you are.
Yeah.
Just make the work you like to make. Watch your audience. Watch what's around you, what's going on the TL. And then you have to stay patient. You got to trust the process. And you really just have to be yourself. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and post your work. Post it. Like, somebody told me the other day, like, I'm still trying to figure out how Twitter works. I'm like, you sit here tweeting me, you could have tweeted 16 of your pages already.
Yep. Absolutely.
I don't know how it works. Post it. It's simple. Just post the work.
Yep. And you just let
upload the picture. That's it.
Oh,
nobody
Lord.
like it. Nobody retweet it. You go retweet it and like, I retweet my stuff all the time, and I don't care. And I don't. Nope.
That is wonderful. Yeah. Well, you heard that, everybody. All right. Go check out her Twitter page. Like I said, You are one of my favorite artists on Twitter. You are one of my favorite people. I'm so happy I got to talk to you. And like I said, this interview being my first, it just rolled and rolled along, and I have you to thank for it. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Like, and anything, you know, you have a show coming up, you got some new artwork coming up, you want to come and talk about it, you let me know. You are always invited back, no matter what. Anything I can do to help you, you let me know.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it so much. I really enjoyed doing this. My first one of the year, I think.
Was it?
I think. I haven't had no other interviews, but I love doing interviews.
Okay, good.
I think it's so interesting.
All right, well, I'm definitely gonna have you back on. I'll definitely have you back. Absolutely. You were very fun to talk to. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right.